All right, man. Tell me about your life before through hiking.
Well, before through hiking, okay. Let's start from the beginning, okay?
Take it way back.
From the womb. All right. My biological dad actually held my mom hostage when she was 7 months pregnant with me, threatened to cut me out of her stomach and kill her. So I've been going through crazy shit since my whole life. I've had a crazy upbringing, was abused, sexually abused. So what everyone says that things like that, you have to be a certain way, it's not right. It's all what your perspective on what you make your life eventually down the road. Because I was able to have a 7th grade education, it was the last grade I completed, and I've owned my own construction company when I was in my early 20s, worked in a union for 23 years, got a pension, and I get money for being crazy, so hey, I'm papered. But through hiking really saved my life because my kids moved out, going through empty nest syndrome, as parents do, and it really hurt me mentally with my manic state and I ended up hospitalizing myself, and then I went to Kauai and hiked, came back, hiked the PCT, and everyone was like, well, I want to go home, and I'm like, I don't want to go home. I want to go on trail, and then hike the Florida Trail, and then went to Kauai during the pandemic and hiked and camped and lived over there, came back, hiked the PCT, then I hiked the CDT, hiked the Arizona Trail twice, hiked the Grand Enchantment, hiked the CDT, Pacific Northwest. Already I hiked 700 miles of the AAT, and now I'm doing it more because I'm doing the ECT, hiking from Key West to Canada, and then hopefully the North Country Trail this year. I got over 14,000 miles in Crocs, 15,000 trail miles now. So, and I've never been mentally healthier in my life than I've ever been. I haven't had a night terror. I haven't had a suicidal thought. I haven't had certain uncontrollable outbursts, instincts that some people would think I have, but I'm just me. I'm just excitable. I'm bipolar schizophrenic, severely ADHD, and have PTSD. So I'm a crazy combination ball up in one. This is what happens when both of your parents are severely bipolar. And everyone in your family is too. They have a little fire. Is that good enough?
And so those not. Oh, I got questions for you. I got questions for you. And so you have some things that you would call mental problems, right? Like the bipolar.
They're not mental problems. They're problems that you can solve. You just got to find the right tools to use to solve them.
Absolutely. So I'm curious, like how did that express itself in your life before through hiking?
Oh, I've always worked 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day, and taking care of my kids and doing everything. I just don't stop. I have 4 or 5 hours of sleep a day, and I was good to go. I mean, I read books. God, sadly enough, one of my favorite businessmen books that I used to read was Donald Trump, and that's about not sleeping and staying up and doing work. And you can only, if you want to get so much done and you only have so much life, well, why sleep it away? You know, you only truly need so much sleep to do things. You know, that's why people think I'm crazy out here when I get up early and I do the things that I do, because, yeah. But then some people distract you, and then it's just like my ADD. That's my ADD. I could be like, I'm doing 20 miles, and then I'm doing 10, I guess, because I'm stuck here and I didn't know. And then yeah, that's.
And so the key to I mean, maybe calling them problems isn't the right terminology, even though that's what some people use. But these like characteristics that you have that make you so energetic.
Our brain chemistry is different than most people's, but everyone's brain chemistry is different. So it all just depends. And some people can't handle me, but I know.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I don't care. You don't have to be around me. But I'm a very kind, giving human being because I understand what it's like to be discriminated against because of your mental health or your physical handicaps or any handicap that you might have. You know, some people might like I was telling my buddy Soko, you know, it's a superpower, and that's why we can hike and do the things that we do, because we don't sleep, we don't slow down, our brain doesn't slow down, so our body will stay up with it, we'll go do it, and then we're exhausted, then we sleep so much better, and never realize, like, well, I don't need these sleeping pills, and even sleeping pills don't help you sleep. Even medicine don't help you sleep. Your medicine is getting yourself right in the way you live your life, in the health that you do. So, like, having all that stress and bills and all that stuff, just like I shook down my pack, I shook down my life. I don't have a storage unit, I don't have bills, I don't even have phone service. Ain't that crazy this time of day? 3 years I haven't had phone service. Nope. I use Wi-Fi when I get into town. I disconnect when I'm out here. I enjoy what I do. I love being out here and the people. Why am I gonna be on my phone looking at everything, like tripod over here? No, but that's what everyone does. They get service and it's like boom. Then the young guys, they go hide in the bushes now. But you know, it's great to come back to the day and age that I grew up in, as being a feral kid, and being feral is what we do, being out here. That's why. Yeah, that's why I'm more feral than most hikers are on the AT, that's for sure.
And so the key to dealing with your mental health throughout your life, it seems like, has been channeling the energy into productive activities. And
taking care of my kids, working, things like that nature. So when I lost my kids getting older, and I lost that, and then it stemmed to my work too, I didn't have a purpose. I didn't know what to do. And I found through hiking, and it saved my life and ruined my life, because I'm addicted to it, and I will hike till the day I die, hopefully. I'll be on trail when I die. That's like, everyone says, well, you could die on trail, and I'm like, that's where I want to be. If I'm gonna die anywhere, I'd much rather die walking a trail than walking to the store getting a freaking beer or whatever. It can happen, because you can die anytime. What, am I gonna live in a box? They want us to feel safe living in a box, to put all your stuff in a box so you can kill someone for coming into your box, for stealing your stuff. And then what do you do to your mind? You put it in a box, you get closed in, you get depressed. Out here, why do we feel free? Because we are free. Look at our ceiling. Our ceiling is as big as we want to make it. There's no end to it. That's why I love cowboy camping, because then I'm not stuck in this little box of a tent. I'm out here in the nature.
Absolutely. I mean, with all your energy, I'm sure you know, especially for you, it'd be tough to be locked up.
Yes. Yeah, this isn't meant to be. I'm a caged animal when they put me in there. They put me on heavy drugs when they put me in a cage.
Yeah. And so, did you say that that you're now?
When they put me in a cage when I was younger, they had me on a lot high milligrams of medicine. Yeah. So I was locked up for 15 months when I was a juvenile for beating my mom's boyfriend up, because he beat my mom up. So that's where I came from. I'd do that all over again. Touch my mama. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's admirable. So, but and did you say that you're now off meds?
Yeah, I've been off my meds for 5 years. I was in counseling for 2 years, and we weaned me off of my meds, and then I just started hiking, and I did that to be able to go and hike, and then I hiked the PCT, and I haven't needed meds since. Like, I do medicate, because out from where I'm from, and they've had studies, so legally in Oregon you can buy mushrooms. So microdosing mushrooms and acid and smoking weed, it keeps my brain chemistry and me stable. I mean, it keeps me on a good fucking mellow ness of, not being manic up or down majorly.
But then a huge part of your medication is the activity.
Yes.
Through hiking.
Hiking 20 miles, 15 miles. If I hike less, yesterday I was pretty tired. That's my old man days. So when the old man comes into me, 12-mile day will put me out. But usually 15 plus miles I have to do, and then I'll know I'll sleep. I'll have a great night's sleep, and I won't be up until midnight.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like so often, like, even kids are medicated just to kill their energy, when really they could.
99% of kids that are in foster care are on medicine. This is why, hey, go down now. That's why they don't want abortions. They want kids in foster care because they want them on medicine, because they make so much money off of them being on medicine. Like, it's crazy. They made a lot of money off of me in that sense, me being on medicine, when truly you don't need it. You need medicine when you need to get stable. When you need to get stable, you need to use the tools that are there. But when you're bipolar, you're bipolar. And this is what my doctor said. When you're bipolar, you're bipolar. And once you get stable on your meds, you gradually get off of it. And then you can stabilize yourself with activity and other things and what you do in your life. It's also your diet. All that different things of what we put in. And then also watching what you watch. If you watch this filth of social media all the time and you're not watching hiking videos and you're getting mad, it's going to mentally mess with you too. Like, I've watched that so much of my friends, and they're like, why aren't you going through the same things we're going through? And I'm like, because I'm not watching social media or the news or all this different stuff. I take it from life. And what I see, what I go into these little towns and stuff, like people saying it's a scary world, and then it's like, well, you picked me up hitchhiking. Why'd you do that? Because you're nice, when we're all kind. We all have it in us. That's all we all want, is to be kind. And that's the beauty of this. The brothers and sisters you find out here, we all going through the suck, and the kindness that you find from perfect strangers, and then boom, the next thing you know, your family. It's an amazing place, man. The reason why I love trail is the people. The people is what makes trail. The views are awesome, everything else is awesome, but the people is what truly makes the trail. That's my belief, honestly.
Hell yeah. So this whole thing, this through hiking thing, has given you a channel, has made you a healthier person, right?
Yes.
Do you think that that's something that would work for more people?
Yes, I think it would. Yes, that's why I'm not a computer person. I'm not a business person per se in bookworking, but I am a business person at selling and motivating and doing things too. So I would love to have a nonprofit organization that's an actual nonprofit that actually helps people, to raise money for through hiking scholarships for people with mental health issues, and then also kids that grew up in poor situations and also would have mental health issues and stuff. And then also maybe poor hikers and stuff, but also people that are on an income. They get an income every month that if they came out here, they could actually live way better and more healthier in living on trail. And also, they do little scholarships for people like that bring them out and show them so they can get on the right path to use the money to where they do, like I do. Like, I get money every month. So therefore, I know how to live like a king out here compared to the rest of the world, where you're stressing that I can't afford anything, especially being from Seattle, Washington. Like, yeah.
I think that's such a beautiful idea, partly just logistically, because the effect of this experience is so great considering how little you pay to do it. I mean, yeah, you pay a few $1,000s, but like compared to, other things that attempt to solve these problems, so cheap.
I can hike. I mean, I hike with $15,000 a year. That's what I hike with. But I could hike with more,
Yeah.
But I don't.
Absolutely. Yeah. Man, that's beautiful. I love, through hiking has done great.
Blow money on gear and shit.
Yeah.
I invested in myself. Okay, here, I want to say that too. You know how, especially the youngins, but you know how you invest in the books, you invest in yourself for college, or even if you started to own business, you invest in yourself. So if you want to make it to Katahdin or to the northern terminus of the PCT or the CDT, or and complete a through hike like that, you need to invest the money in gear and time that you would to accomplish the goals that you want to reach, and do that. Because people don't do that. They don't prepare themselves, and they're like, well, I want to be cheaper, I want this, and things can hurt you being heavier and cheaper. There's good, cheap, light gear out there too, but it's gonna help you in the long run. Just think about being successful. that's all it's about, is being successful. If that's what your goal is, to make it to the end and be successful, think about what you have to do to actually be successful. Not be stubborn and be in your head and be like, this is what I want, this is what I want to carry, this is what I started with, no, I can do it, all that stuff. Yeah, then, you know, then that's your success that you want. But truly, if you really want success, look into yourself and you'll find. Because I've seen people arguing, especially out here in the AT and 22, argue and bitch and be like, oh, I'm going to carry this. And then couple hundred miles up on trail, they're like, fire, I got rid of this and that. Thank you. And I'm so much lighter. I feel so much better. Like, what happens when you lose 25 pounds that you gained in your stomach or your body? You feel so much better. Just like your pack.
And as you mentioned a moment ago, it's not only shaking down that pack weight, but also shaking down the emotional weight of whatever.
It's the fear. You carry your fear. We carry our fears in our pack, and once you shake that down, you stop carrying those fears in the real life too. And then you'll be more minimalist on what you buy and also what you spend your money on, because you'll be more like, no, well, I want to go hike and do this, so I'm going to spend my money on this. And this is my addiction. And this is my life. Because that's how thru hiking ruins, that's how us thru hikers will say, thru hiking ruined our lives. It ruined it so good that it saved it. Ain't
Absolutely.
that a fucking crazy situation? It is the oddest thing. I never thought something could ruin my life and save it. Heroin can ruin your life, but yeah, get a bite of this, and this snake is the best snake you ever bite you.
Absolutely. I have one more question for you. Kids today, people today, anybody today, a lot of us have something missing, and it seems like you think thru hiking can, you know, help you find that thing that's missing. I guess my question is, what do you think is missing in people today, and how does thru hiking help them find that?
Thru hiking, as for younger people, it's what you have to do in life. It takes, to get somewhere, especially when you get older, you understand this a little bit more. It takes steps to get somewhere in life. You can't think that you're going to be a millionaire when you're 20 years old. You can't think that you're supposed to have certain things done at a certain age. It's going to take steps. And also, like, what hiking will teach you is that it's going to take small steps to get from A to Z. And don't miss A, B, C, D, and F, and G all throughout the middle, because that's there. To get to Katahdin, you have 2,100 miles. So you have a lot of steps that you have to take to get there. Enjoy those steps to get to the end goal, because if you don't enjoy those steps to get to the end goal, you won't get to the end goal. And that's what it will teach you. And it will also teach you what you can do, because everyone around you, well, not everybody, but a lot of people around you out that aren't hikers will discomfort you, as in say that you can't do it, you're not going to accomplish this, like, well, I'll come pick you up, or you're probably only making 500 miles, and people make this comments and they don't understand, and then you do succeed it, and then you figure out that I can do more than what people are setting on me. The limits that people set on you are in your mind. In your mind's what set limits on you. If you can make this, I hike here, I don't hike here. So this won't limit me out here at all. When I stop loving it is when it gets rocky. And sometimes that can happen when certain situations happen. But then all you gotta do is take a day off. For me, if I take a couple of days off, I got trail separation. I have separation anxiety. I gotta go back on trail, and then I get on trail, and I was excited. I was super excited the other day because I just finished making it up from Key West to Springer. Now all I gotta do is get the AT done, and I'm home free to Canada.
Absolutely. Yep. And those skills that you learn out here definitely apply to everything else in life. It's a beautiful thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? That was beautiful. Everything you said, amazing.
No. Oh, okay. 2019. I have to tell this story.
Please do.
In 2019, up in between Leavenworth and Stehekin, up on the PCT, I hiked for 3 days. I hiked a 76-year-old hiker out. I carried his pack in Crocs in the snow, set up my one-person tent on a ridge line, set it up, went back, got him. He was wrapped around a pine tree, told me to come back and get him in the morning, and I had to drag him back up, get him to walk back to my tent, threw him in the tent, stripped him down, threw him in the tent, used my emergency blanket, used all my lightweight gear. We got through the snowstorm. We got 8 inches of snow. It was 15 degrees that night. We woke up. I got him out of there, got him airlifted that night, and told the cops what happened, and they ended up taking my name and giving me a life-saving award for hiking him out. We're lifelong friends. All of his family. I didn't even realize I saved his life until everyone was like, you just saved that dude's life. And I just said, I just did what anyone should do when you have a hiker or anyone that's out in the wilderness, especially in the wilderness in Washington where I'm from, that is middle of nowhere.
All right, go.
You're a good man. Hey.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's one of my I think that I can say that's my most memorable moment on trail, is saving somebody's life, I guess you could say. So I know what it's like to sleep in a tent in the cold with somebody that you might not wake up, or even yourself. I was eating all night. I was munching on stuff, keeping myself warm, because I could feel him just sucking out the body heat. And when I got into town, all the trail angels and stuff, because I wasn't able to call my mom, so I was out there like 3 days longer than I should have been, and everyone was scared because I'm hiking in Crocs, and I have a lightweight backpack kit, and I ended up saving somebody's life, and they thought I was going to die in the snow, and I hiked out someone with my lightweight gear. I hiked out and saved someone's life. Emergency blankets down all the way, baby. My emergency blanket, his emergency blanket, and then his wet sleeping bag. And us cuddling was able to keep him warm enough and alive to get out.
Yeah, it's not the gear you carry necessarily, but what you know. Yeah.
And how do you know how to use it? Just like we talked about the condoms.
What? Okay, well now you need a little, I mean, you got explain that, you know, like.
Well, if you're a single man, you should always carry condoms when you're on trail, but they also have a first aid aspect, as in you can actually put water in it. If someone was to actually hurt themselves really bad and be bleeding, you could actually wrap it. You could actually do some wrapping with it and use the condoms as a glove. You could wrap your foot if your foot was to get a blister and it popped and you didn't want to get infected. You could wrap your foot up around it, and then it would get you out of town, or into town, so that you could take care of your blister, and it would have something that would be sanitary, because a condom is something that's sanitary.
I thought the people were just promiscuous out here, but I guess they're health conscious individuals
we are,
looking
too.
out for their first aid.
But yeah, you want to be ready for that stuff too.
All right, man. Hell yeah. Thank you, Fire. Thank you, Fire.
See, I have no shame in that sense. Like, I don't care. Like, why am I gonna care what anyone thinks of me, as long as it's what you? That's the whole. That's why I love when people are themselves.
Calm down, man.
Because why?
Might have trail magic for us.
Dude, down there?
Yeah.
It's Monday.
No, let's go get some trail magic. Let's go get some trail magic.
I was texting trail magic.
Oh!
I know people.
Trail magic.
Pizza and beer, maybe?
Yeah!
All right, let's go. Let's go.
He's on his way. He just left. Kitty Hawk. Do you know Kitty Hawk? He was down on the Florida Trail.
I don't know.
He's Triple Crown last year.
I don't know.
But he'll come up.